Today on WHFH 88.5, the PBR effect on youth baseball, where today we will look at how Prep Baseball Report and other scouting baseball websites have affected youth baseball. With over 35 million kids playing youth baseball every year, there is a major business behind it. Scouting websites such as Prep Baseball Report and Perfect Game focuses on amateur baseball talent and putting their talent on their websites for college and pro scouts to see. PBR has become the leader in high school recruiting with their scouting reports, exclusive tournaments, and the prestigious showcases. Drew Locascio, the head of Illinois scouting for PBR, explains what the overall goal for PBR is.
Our goal is just to allow players to be seen by coaches and scouts at the next level. Just to give them recognition and to like I said, just allow them to be noticed and to make it easier for those scouts and college coaches to find them, to go on our website, to be able to type in a player's name, quickly pull up a profile which has all of the statistics that the player has recorded at an event along with a video, so the coach gets to see firsthand, how his swing works, what his defensive actions look like, how he is on the mound, and go from there. And, from there, hopefully they're interested enough in the player to go see him live in person. But we just want to make it easy for college coaches and scouts to find players.
Travel baseball can cost thousands of dollars a year, and parents that spend this much would like to see a return in the way that their kid plays college baseball. Tampa Bay Rays scout Victor Rodriguez explains how he uses scouting websites in his day-to-day scouting for pro MLB prospects for the upcoming year's draft.
We use it a lot, mainly to help identify certain kids, because there's so many kids that play baseball in the United States, and they actually help us out by putting together these showcases and events that allow us to come out and kind of see the best of the best. They do a good job of somewhat identifying some of the better players, and the best thing that they do is that they put them all in one spot for us to be able to evaluate them. So I think it's very valuable for us as scouts.
In addition to running their scouting website, PBR sets up showcases where players can showcase their abilities to college and pro scouts. These showcases could help kids get their talents out to colleges, and these showcases can cost over $275 for players. The Perfect Game National Showcase has become the most prestigious showcase event in all of amateur baseball. Since 2001, 313 former participants have played in the big leagues, and many more have played Division I baseball. Victor talks about how he feels about these showcases and what players should expect from them.
It doesn't really help us evaluate what kind of player you are. So we take those showcases as somewhat more of an identifying talent, not as a way to evaluate players. Because at the end of the day, we want players that can actually play the game.
More than 800 colleges on all levels have signed up for PBR's exclusive scouting. With over 20,000 recruiting videos alone on PBR, there is not a very good chance that your video will get seen by a college coach. Hall of Fame coach and two-time national champion for Pepperdine at Arizona University, Andy Lopez, explains if he would recommend these websites to a young athlete.
Yes, I would, as long as he understood that the chances of him getting to a Power 5 conference off of that type of site are probably very slim. But if he's looking for Division II, Division III, NAIA, once again, programs that may not have the wherewithal, meaning a recruiting budget, to fly cross-country and sit there for 5 days and watch you play twice. If that's okay, if that's what you're looking for, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I had a great time coaching Division II baseball, and had 3 or 4 players make it to the big leagues and have great careers from that program. Then it's a very useful tool. But I really don't think that I don't think it's the key to major Division I Power 5 conference baseball.
With so much money at stake for these college programs with scholarships for players, it's created a business aspect for baseball, where kids are worth thousands of dollars to their school through scholarships. Coach Michael Robert from baseball powerhouse Cape Coral High School in Florida explains what the new business for colleges are now and how colleges make money off their athletes.
The business of baseball, I mean, you're dealing with Division I athletes and products that they're putting out on the field. They want to win games, and winning games equals dollar signs. More kids, revenue coming into your actual school. I mean, you've seen it with basketball now. You have these lower, smaller schools, Division I, and all of a sudden they make a run at it, and their tuition, the incoming freshmen just skyrocket because they saw it on TV. So I know there's multi-millions of dollars that are going into, maybe one team making a run at it. Hey, that place looks kind of cool. They start researching, the school, the classes they can take, the area around them, what they can do, and it just gets more kids into the seats. With athletics being how they are in college, the schools are just making a killing on kids that are just kind of there to play their sports and get their college paid for, and then you have the debate on whether those kids should get paid or not. Yeah, they're getting their education paid for, but I mean, I've had friends in the past in other sports to where they have one of those breakout moments or one of those crazy things that happen that you knock off a team that's a top-ranked team, and all of a sudden, the school's making multi-millions of dollars on it. Sometimes you kind of are in that defining line of what's right and what's not, and everybody has their own little opinion on it.
Youth baseball has turned into a $15 million industry where parents are willing to shell out thousands of dollars a summer for the chance of their kid playing college one day. Even though there is a slight chance this will happen, it doesn't stop them. Coach Lopez tells us why showcases have gotten big in the first place.
Yeah, because it's a one-stop shopping situation for college coaches. College coaches can go to the perfect game sites and look at players they've either gotten commitments from or they're interested in looking at. And you have every level there. You have Division I, you have the Power 5 conferences, the Pac-12, the Big 12, the Big 10, the ACC, the SEC. They're all there. But then you have the lesser conferences too, and they're all there too. And you even have junior colleges there, and they're there as well. So I would never say that is not an advantage, because that is where everybody goes. And so if everybody's going there, then you have a chance to showcase your abilities.
But to every rise, there's a downfall of something else. Community youth baseball in Flossmoor, Illinois has taken a 66% decrease in players in the past 5 years. This has happened mainly due to the rise of travel teams becoming more prevalent in the area. Commissioner of Flossmoor Baseball, Michael Goldberg, talks about how full-time youth baseball has affected community in-house baseball.
We can't turn it back. So you have organizations like PBR, the Prep Baseball Report, who have become the de facto measure of a kid's value or worth, because scouts just can't see so many. They can't go around. It used to be scouts could go see any high school game where they'd have bird dogs that would call them and say, hey, you should really go look at Devin Gordon over at HF, right? He's hitting the ball well. He hit 3 home runs in a game. Scouts would come in and watch. Today, the scouts all want to go to one facility and watch the showcase. So you have 325 games going on, for the whole 10 days down in Atlanta or in Indianapolis, and they can look at the PBR and say, what are your numbers, right? What's your projectability? It's all become about data. And the kids and the parents, it's big money, right? Because if you get a college scholarship these days, colleges could run you anywhere from $25,000 to $60,000 a year. That's $250,000 possibly that you could save if your kid gets a scholarship. So they're investing earlier and often. The showcases are playing on that to try to drive kids into that, to say, hey, pay the money to get the coaching, the training, come to our showcase, and we'll give you a better opportunity. I think it's a shame to an extent, because I still feel that definitely in metropolitan areas, we're lucky here in Chicago, if you have the talent and the drive to make it, I think you can get seen at the high school level, and a good scout will see that and should make the effort to see that. So the big change in the showcases and the PBR report and the data crunching and manipulation of data to drive who do I want is overtaking kind of that community love of baseball. Look at Johnny. I heard about Johnny. I'm going to go watch him, and maybe he'll play somewhere.
With teams in warmer weather climates playing almost 120 games during the year, kids are getting more experience on the field, and this helps their PBR rankings. Coach Lopez explains what advantages there are for kids on PBR and other scouting websites.
to major Division I programs, I would say none whatsoever. For the simple reason, again, major Division I programs are going to showcases all over the country. They have the budgets in order to do that. I've been at both. For 6 years, I was at a program where I had no money for assistant coaches at Cal State Dominguez Hills, and that's in Los Angeles, California. But I had no money. I didn't have a penny for assistant coaches. So let alone did I have any money for recruiting from a recruiting budget standpoint. But then at Pepperdine, I had a recruiting budget. At Florida, I had a tremendous recruiting budget, and at Arizona, I had a tremendous recruiting budget. Well, what did that allow me to do? That allowed me to send my coaches to Florida, to Miami, Texas, Los Angeles, stay there for 3 or 4 days, and physically watch players play. So when we got videos, that video had to be a combination of Mike Trout, Yu Darvish, Corey Seager. You can see where I'm headed. That guy had to be unbelievable in this video for the simple reason that our guys were out recruiting, physically they were out recruiting. Now, so for a Division I school, I don't think so. Now, for Division II, where I was at Dominguez Hills, if in 1983 these programs would have been active, it probably would have given me a tremendous benefit, and it would have been a tremendous benefit for those young guys. So, in other words, if there's a young man that's going on these recruiting sites and he's thinking, I'm going to go to Miami, LSU, Arizona, Arizona State, USC, UCLA, just my opinion, but I think you're fooling yourself. Now, if that young man's thinking about going to a Division II school or Division III school where those programs don't have a huge recruiting budget and aren't able to send their guys out and spend 3 or 4 or 5 days in California or Florida or Texas or wherever, then that video might be the key that unlocks the door for them to be contacted by that Division II or Division III school. Not those schools are lesser talented schools, because that's not the case. It's just that they don't have the money. They don't have major football programs and major basketball programs to fund their baseball programs in order to have a recruiting budget. That's just the reality of it.
The days of American Legion baseball are far over, and it looks as if travel baseball is the way of the future. Michael Goldberg explains why he thinks it's important to try and keep youth baseball at a community level.
I think it's the cornerstone and backbone of a healthy community to have a great park district that has a lot of programs for all levels and youth organizations for all levels and community-based, because I think it firms up your community. It brings us closer together, and not just, I'll use baseball, not just through baseball. But I can't tell you how many kids I've seen throughout the years that I've coached or seen on the fields over here at Flossmoor that I'll say, hey, Macklin, how you doing, buddy? Or, Kenny, what's going on? And it's, hey, Coach Goldberg, how are you? There's a bonding of the community that comes from sport and from the Park District programs that allows us to grow stronger and keep tighter knit and support each other outside of those sporting events, so that it makes a stronger community when we have each other's back. And I think sports and those activities allow us to bond in a way that carries beyond the lines of the field and into our everyday life.
Sites such as PBR are extremely helpful to those looking to play at the next level, but simultaneously it has killed local youth baseball. Full-time baseball and showcases are the new wave for youth baseball, and many love it, but many more hate it. Portions of this program were pre-recorded, and this program was produced in the studio of WHFH at Homewood Flossmoor High School. This has been a Devin Gordon production. Another thank you goes to Tom Gordon, Andy Lopez, Drew Locasio, Michael Goldberg, Victor Rodriguez, and Michael Robert for helping me put this project together.